Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Temple Israel. It's great to be here with so many of you at the end of another week as we welcome in Shabbat, our day of rest. We've got our TI kids leading some of the service tonight. We've got our Daled class leading some of the service tonight and sharing some of what they're learning about this year. And we're going to dive right in by welcoming in Shabbat with the candle blessings, the brachot, over the Neirot. And I'm going to invite the Kita Daled Mora Mary Margaret, and Dylan to join us on the bima. Please rise. Shalom. May be seated. In Jewish tradition, this Shabbat has a very special name. Tomorrow morning, we read the Torah portion of Bishalach, which is the story of our Israelite ancestors crossing the Red Sea as Moses splits the sea into two sides and then finally escaping from the Egyptians. And when they get to the other side and they know that they're finally free, the Egyptians and Pharaoh can't hurt them anymore, they break into song, excitedly singing and dancing, led by Moses and by Miriam. And because of that, because we chant their song in the Torah tomorrow, called Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea, we call this Shabbat, Shabbat Shira, the Shabbat not of our cantor, whose name is Shira, coincidentally, but Shabbat Shira, the Shabbat of song. And I wanted to share, as we begin our time together, this teaching about music and faith from Rabbi Jonathan Sachs of blessed memory. And he said, there's an inner connection between music and the spirit. When language aspires to the transcendent and the soul longs to break free of the gravitational pull of earth, it modulates into song. And he points out that in Jewish tradition, we have so many songs, so many different types of music. When we come into the synagogue, we have a different melody for every prayer, a different melody for every day, a different melody for every time of day, marking each moment as special. And Rabbi Sachs continues, faith is more like music than like science. Science analyzes, music integrates. And as music connects note to note, so faith connects episode to episode, life to life, age to age, in a timeless melody that breaks into time. God is the composer and the librettist. We are each called on to be voices in the choir, singers of God's song. Faith teaches us to hear the music beneath the noise. And that's exactly what we do as we gather together for Kabbalat Shabbat, joining our voices together in that divine choir. And we're so excited that so many of our TIRS students will be leading us in prayer, leading us in song tonight. Let's turn in the Sidurim to Lechuna Ranina on page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God as we raise our voices in song. Page 11.
Lechuna Ranina, Lechuna Ranina, Ladonai, Lechuna Ranina, Lechuna Ranina, Naria, Litzuri Shenu, Nekana, Fana Bitoda, Fana Bitoda. אשר נשבעתי ואפי מבון על מנוחתי.
Sing to Adonai a new song. Sing to Adonai all the earth. Page 13, Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash.
Shiru Adonai, let's sing together, sing a new song. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, V'chol ha'amim nifleotav, Sapru v'goyim kevodo, V'chol ha'amim nifleotav. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom liyom Yeshuato, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, miyom leyom, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato.
We continue on page 20, the final 3 lines of the page with the red arrow with Romamu.
Let's join our voices together. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu. Ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh. Ki kadosh. Ki kadosh. Ki kadosh. Adonai Eloheinu. Ki kadosh. Ki kadosh. Ki kadosh. Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu, Romamu Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu.
Turn to page 23 and we welcome the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, with the words of Lecha Dodi.
Let's join together. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Shamor v'zachor, b'dibur echad, hishmiyanu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'heliti la. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Nikabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha. השבת תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום תרפלה גם בשמחה ובתהילה תוך אמוני סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
May be seated. We turn to page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat.
We start just with a melody, kind of like how Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea, started lifting off when the Israelites no longer had words, they had to sing. Same thing with this melody for Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. We will sing this beautiful melody because it ascends higher than words. Yai la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. U'zamer l'shimcha elyon. U'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נהרל, עלי היגיון וכינור. צדיק התמר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולי בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינבו בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הבלטה בו.
Page 29.
Adonai malaki ulavesh, lavesh Adonai ozi tazar, aptikon tevel baitimot. Mikolot mayim rabim hadirim mishpereyam, adir bamarom Adonai, erotecha nemnu milvetcha nava kodesh, Adonai leorech yamim.
So if you come to Temple Israel tomorrow night after Shabbat, you'll see this sanctuary is going to be transformed for the opening night of the Charlotte Jewish Film Festival. And the film that is showing here tomorrow night is Fiddler's Journey to the Big Screen about the making of the classic Fiddler on the Roof. And we're really excited to have an actress from Fiddler on the Roof here tonight. We welcome Neva Small, who's joining us and will be speaking tomorrow. And we have to wait till tomorrow night to see the film and hear about how the movie got made. But we thought we would use an iconic scene from Fiddler tonight in services, because when Shabbos comes each week, we bless our children, and that's part of our service here at Temple Israel. We use the traditional words of the Yivarechecha, the Birkat Kohanim, but there are any number of blessings we could use for the children and the people that...
So glad you have the words. I'm going to share with you.
You can have it. It's okay.
We can do it together.
Okay. And so we're going to use, instead of the Yivarechecha tonight, we're going to use the words of the Sabbath prayer. So I'm going to ask everyone to please rise. Daled class, would you find your parents?
And while they're doing that, if for all of you who've seen Fiddler on the Roof, Neva Small's part was Chavela, little beautiful Chavela with the red flowing hair. Who loves that scene, Chavela? Oh my goodness, all of us, right? So what an honor to sing Sabbath prayer together. I think we're gonna have to put our arms around each other. Oh, Mayan, she'll help us. Okay, here we go, everyone. May the Lord protect and defend you. May God always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen us, O Lord, and keep us from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. May God bless you and grant you long life. May God keep you. May God keep you and shield you from strife. May God wisdom always care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. May God always shield you from shame. Favor us, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer.
Can you hear it so?
Can you hear it so? Thank you for the word.
May be seated. Now turn to our Mishaberach prayer, our prayer for healing, as we think of those in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being this weekend. Tonight we call to mind Shimon ben Yaakov, Mordechai ben Naomi, Perel bat Rezel, Malka bat Sarah, Leib Yisrael ben Abraham b'Tzipora, Aliza Meira bat Leah, Tzivya bat Chana, Elijah Avila, Yafa Fega bat Ziselbina, Kathy Berlin, Karen Nina Esther, Adina Miriam, Harry Kinney, Kevin Haffey, Ezer Pesach, Ben Sion Chai ben Rachel, Miriam bat Rivka, Jean Cook, Dennis Carroll, Avery Yitzchak, Mordechai Chaim ben Leah, Luma Duba, Malka Sarah bat Ruben Berut, Hechazan Arya Shimon ben Chana, Eleanor Goldman, Sophie Galinsky, Harvey Stone, Sarah Ella bat Arya Leib, Maxine Albaum, Shmuel ben Shimon, Chana bat Bina, Chaim Yitzchak ben Gittel Fagel, Shmuel ben Regina, Mitchell Radin, Libra Ephraim ben Malka, Yaakov ben Moshe, Schneier Zalman ben Chana Mindel, Julie Duke, Benjamin Shmuel ben Yehudit, Talia Weinstein, Yitzchak David ben Yael Sima, Yaakov Burton, Moshe Elchanan ben Harav Abraham Yosef Halevi, Ital Chaya, Yitzchak ben Yosef Verivka, Reuven Shlomo ben Leah, Hershel Yoshua ben Malka, David Shmuel ben Chava, Devorah bat Genendel, Alona bat Zahava, Aharon ben Sarah, Matel Centrovich, and Shmuel Herschel. If you'd like to include someone in the prayer for healing, I invite you to rise and share their names when I come to you.
Richard Felling, Reg Smith, Ryan Sullen, Jeffrey Brenn, Judith Carroll, Elizabeth Carroll. Carroll first?
Vet kol hacholim, and all those who are ill. We join together the Mishaberach prayer for healing.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn to page 30 for the Mourner's Kaddish, and I invite those in mourning or observing Yortzeit to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru, Amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brihu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'yimru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. May be seated. I call on our Director of Congregational Education, Rabbi Helene Kornsgold.
Shabbat Shalom. The Talmud tells the story of a certain poor man named Joseph, who always honored Shabbat with the best possible foods. In Joseph's neighborhood lived a wealthy non-Jewish man. One day, a local fortune teller warned this wealthy man that one day Joseph would acquire all his wealth. Not wanting to see all his hard-earned possessions owned by someone else, he went and sold everything and purchased a precious stone with all the money. He kept his precious stone in his hat so that it would be with him wherever he went. Once, as he was crossing a bridge, a giant wind came and blew off his hat, sending the jewel into the river. The man watched as his jewel was swallowed by a fish, and then it disappeared. One late Friday afternoon, Joseph was walking in the marketplace. A fish merchant, desperately trying to sell his best catch before Shabbat began, approached Joseph and asked him if he was interested in buying this beautiful fish. True to his reputation, Joseph did indeed purchase the large fish and very tasty-looking fish in honor of Shabbat. Upon arriving home and slicing open the fish in preparation for cooking, do you know what he found? Joseph found the diamond, the rich man's diamond in the belly of the fish. The sages teach us that it was because of Joseph's extensive honoring of Shabbat that he merited to receive this diamond, which we are told was worth 13 roomfuls of gold. So my friends in Kita Daled, I'm telling you this story because, like Joseph, I know you have also worked hard to honor Shabbat. I know you worked hard in your Judaic studies class, learning about Israel and creating an amazing poem which you're going to share with us tonight, and learning the tefillot that you're going to share with us as well. As I mentioned, the area of study for Kita Daled is our homeland, Eretz Yisrael. They've been studying the symbols, culture, geography, and history of the country, as well as contemporary life there. At this time, I'd like to introduce their amazing Judaic Studies teacher, Mary Margaret, who will share with you more about their curriculum and their presentation this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. First, I want to say thank you to all of you who have come to join us for our class Shabbat. This group has worked hard and prepared a beautiful presentation for you, so we appreciate you being here to share it with us. The second thing I want to say is how grateful and blessed I am to be able to teach this amazing group of students. I call them my darling Dalits, because that's indeed what they are. They're smart and they're funny and they're kind and they're just always right there for class. So it is such a joy to have them there. As Rabbi said, our curriculum this year is Israel. We study everything about it. Its culture, its coming into being, the purpose behind it, how we still revere it. So Israel, our homeland, Israel, our sanctuary, Israel, our hope. You're going to hear all of those things tonight and what the students have prepared for you. We know that the Zionists saw modern day Israel as their sanctuary. And so you're going to hear us sing about sanctuary, how may each of us become a sanctuary as well as Israel as a sanctuary for us. You're going to hear us talk about hope and peace and justice and all the things that Israel means to us. And then you're going to hear us sing the national anthem of our homeland, Hatikvah. So I am going to ask my darling Dalits, come on up, find your spot.
Hatikvah is a hope-filled song.
Hatikvah is a prayer for safety. Hatikvah is a prayer for peace. Hatikvah is the Sarzo song.
Respect the hope, loyal to the nation's freedom. I was praying for peace, safety in the state of Israel.
This is where the kotel is, of a temple that is fallen, only with the kotel remaining. State of Israel, 75 years old, for there to be no slavery in the world. Kotel's freedom of God. So pray for nothing bad to happen to everyone. Respect and hope is what we feel when we pray for peace and justice. Thankful for sunshine, freedom in our country. Praying for what we believe in, hoping to make a difference. Word and song form in hope, respect, praying for peace, love, kindness, and sadness.
Respect our anthem, respect it well, let there be freedom for Israel.
Respect it from the east to the west. Respect it with your best. As you come down to be free, you need to remember to live like a Maccabee.
As you walk through freedom's door, remember there is always more.
Remember, there is always more. Thank you. That was written by them. They read you their words. So, okay. Okay, and now we ask you to please rise and join us in the singing of Hatikvah.
Thank you, Kita Dalid, for sharing your poems, your words with us. You guys are going to stay up here on the bima as we go into Mariv, the evening service. We can all stay on our feet, and we turn to page 39 for the Baruch Hu.
Here we go.
Be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons, and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
תמיד מוחלנו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המריב הרבי.
Amen. Page 40.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, בהם נגע יומם ולילה, ובטחת ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. וקשרתם לילות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue on page 42.
Continuing individually. Adonai Elohechem emet.
Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang this song on the banks of the Yam Suf, the Sea of Reeds, Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai, top of page 44.
פדרנה את יעקב וגלום יחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
Amen. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully and awaken us to life. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Let's join our voices together. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu. Adonai. Eloheinu leshalom. Leshalom. Shalom, leshalom, beha'amidenu, malkeinu, lechaim, ufros aleinu, sukkot, shlomecha, shalom. When I rest my head, oh God, watch over me. Oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, we thank Adonai. We thank Adonai and pray for peace. Join together, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu Adonai. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu vohinu lechaim u'shalom me'ata v'ad olam, ufrosanu sukat shalomecha, baruch atah Adonai. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 46, please rise for Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. B'ni u'bein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot et haShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Yitgadal ve'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'al ma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyom echon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman kariv yimeru. Amen. Shabbat Viparbitra Vina Sevita Dar Vita Levita Lal Shmir Kucha Pri Hulela Min Kol Birchata Veshirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran Bialma Bimeru Amen.
We turn to page 47, and I invite the TI kids to join us up on the bima. Before we begin the Amidah, we recite the special prayer, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. God, open my lips that my mouth may speak your praise.
Oh, sorry, Sophia. So this is a beautiful kavanah. As the rabbi said, Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may speak your praise. It's the perfect way to prepare us for speaking to God in the silent Amidah. We begin our silent meditations, the words in the Siddur or the words in our hearts.
When you've completed your Amidah, you may be seated.
When you've completed your Amidah, you may be seated. So we picked kind of a complicated song tonight for our littles. Your homework when you get home, or after Shabbos, of course, is to watch The Prince of Egypt. It's an animated movie of the Exodus story. And of course, this Shabbat, as the rabbi said, is Shabbat Shira. And that name Shabbat Shira, this Shabbat of song, comes from the Song of the Sea, Shirat Hayam. And of course, Disney did a really great job of creating music for that moment. So we are presenting to you When You Believe from The Prince of Egypt. Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is rare, it's hard to give, hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe. Ashira Ladonai, Ashira Ladonai, Ki Goga. Ashira Ladonai, Ki Goga. Nichamocha, Nichamocha, Elim Adonai, Nichamocha Ne'etam B'kodesh, Nachita v'chastecha, Azu Ga'alta, Nachita v'chastecha, Azu Ashira, Ashira, Ashira. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe.
We continue on page 54 with Kaddish Shalem.
Yikara v'yikara shemei Rabba, ve'amad yivrach dirutei v'mnichachotei b'chayachot v'yimachon b'chayachot b'eit Yisrael, b'gala v'zman kariv yimru amen.
Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam lo me'omaya.
Yitarach, yibarach, v'yishtabach, v'yibar v'turma v'yinaseh, v'yitzazar, v'yitzala, v'yitzalash me'rikucha. Rihu le'hi, lamin chaber chatav, shiratav, v'nachamatzad, amiran v'yama v'yimeru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehi shamar Rabba, v'yishmai v'chem le'nu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'yimrom afu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru. Amen. Amen.
All right, keep going, Dylan. Please rise for the Kiddush on page 55. You need one, okay? Yes, you do, RJ. Here you go. Yeah, you're gonna get. Here you go. Here you go. All right, hold our Kiddush cups nice and high. Savri Maranan Rabbanan Rabotai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yavar raton inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim.
Good job.
To life, l'chaim. Gotta do Fiddler. L'chaim, l'chaim, to life. God has
Continue
a way
on page 56 with Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כאן, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שבנות השמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומשה מקרוב בשמיים עמם, ושכינת זו, בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו העליון, מלכנו אפס לתום, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום להשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת עינון. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. We turn to page 58 for the Aleinu, for Mourner's Kaddish. This week we observe the Yortzites of Blanche Hirschman, Daniel Shlomo Dubin, Doris Report, Francis Moore, Frank Solomon Silber, Louis Podell, Maxwell Jacob Estroff, Pauline Bernstein, Ruth Goldstein, Ann Etlinger, Bernard Gottlieb, Rose Bedrick, Eric Weil, Morris Pepper, Philip Gold, Emil Van Vliet, Harry Brenner, Harry Wolfson, Joachim Lamb, June Raymond, Norman Steinman, S.A. Happy Schloss Jr., Sterna Braber, Abe Miller, Daniel Harris Pepper, Doris Wittes, Gerald Gentis, Edward Kronsberg, Gisela Weinberg, Miriam First, Samuel Wolf, Albert Kosov, Eva Van Glish, Gustav Levy, Howard August, Israel Gordon, Minnie Levine, Minnie Kritzer, Morris Fuchs, Robert Fisher, Bob Markman, Eugene Brenner, Irving Golub, Paul Brothers, Rebecca Sovatsky-Raznik, Anna Schoen, Augusta Ellis, Ben Jaffa Jr., David Silvers, Edith Levine, James Poyner, Josephine Cohen, Morris Kaufman, Florence Paul, Ina Playuko Tsetlina, Lillian Rosenstein, Nettie Smith, Scott Gutstein, and Zelda Tenbrink. We also extend condolences to families in the midst of Shloshim, the period following the death of a loved one, to Nikki Sachs on the passing of her grandmother, Slava Slevin, to Betsy Garfinkel on the passing of her brother, Merwin Rosen, to Richard Brophy on the passing of his wife, Susan Brophy, and to Richard Becker on the passing of his sister-in-law, Anita Becker. Page 58, Mourner's Kaddish. I invite those in mourning or marking a yahrzeit to please rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May be seated. Cantor, what a great way to mark Shabbat Shira. Yasher Koach to you. Very well done. And a big Yasher Koach and thank you to Kelly Wilson and to Alan Jonathan for all of their work with our kids and the adults. And yes, to each and every one of you also who participated. I'm going to now call on Rochelle Carney, representing the Temple Israel Board of Trustees.
They're both on. You know if they're both on, so everyone will speak with her. Yeah, looks like you're on your own.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi Wolk and Cantor Lissick, for a beautiful service. Thank you to Sean Severt for streaming our service and pianist Adam Ward. Thank you to TI Kids for joyfully leading us in song. And Mazel Tov to Kita Daled for leading us in tonight's service. There is nothing more wonderful than having the youth of our congregation taking the lead in our services. Temple Israel is the presenting sponsor for Charlotte Jewish Film Festival's movie, The Levi's of Monticello, on Wednesday, February 8th at 7 p.m. There will be a talk with the director, facilitated by our own Marshall Aaron. Details are on the JCC website. Next Shabbat, we will celebrate our Beyond B'nai Mitzvah students and those that have included Temple Israel in their legacy. Join the Temple Israel Men's Club for the 23rd Annual Worldwide Wrap. Tiers 5th, 6th, and 7th grade students will join with Sunday Minyonaries to learn how to wear tefillin. After Minyan, the Men's Club will provide a wrap treat to wrap things up. Join us for the Purim Spiel in Kanto style on March 6th. See the Temple website for updated details and registration. Also, be sure to check out all of our programs on the Temple Israel upcoming programs page on our website. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Also a big thank you and Yasher Koach to my colleague, Rabbi Kornsgold. We're in full class Shabbat swing. It's hard to keep track of all of them this week, but very well done. Excellent. We conclude our Kabbalat Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem. Let's turn back to page 5.
Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Minelech Malachi HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet Malachi Elyon Minelech Malachi HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ayayadu Achem
Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.